realise that, you know, if it's the Premier League at the end of the season that they win, and only the Premier League, that'll be an incredible season. And as I said earlier, they would have snapped your hand off for that at the start of the season. So, you know, but it doesn't stop the feeling of the last few days or the last few weeks, and to get that winning feeling back will be really important for everybody connected with the club.
Yeah, because they've had a while to stew, if you like, haven't they, on those two big defeats?
And you can take that either way at times. You know, sometimes when you have defeats, you want to get back to the games and start winning as quickly as possible. But I do feel that it was a good thing for Liverpool to have the break after, you know, it was, people described it as a taxing couple of days, you know, taxing couple of weeks, that they'd expended a lot of energy. They were using a lot of the similar players. I think they've used the second least amount of squad players this season to Nottingham Forest. So, you know, he has demanded a lot off this team, and maybe that time away from each other before this run-in was exactly what the team needed. And, you know, I didn't think it was about performance for Liverpool tonight. I thought it was about results. Start this run-in in the right manner. Get this first result. Get this first 3 points in the bag. And it'll make every result that comes after it easy, and that's what they managed. Yeah.
Resilience that they've shown tonight when asked the question.
Yes. I mean, Everton did have one or two chances, but that's how Liverpool play sometimes. They play risky game. They're trying to, you know, when you're playing against teams that just come and sit back, and fair play to Everton, they counter-attacked well. But in the main, they were trying to stay into it in a bit of a shape, and Liverpool had to be quite patient. Sometimes take risks. Obviously, they played Curtis Jones as a right back. That's a little bit of a risk, but they realised they were going to have a lot of the ball. So, you know, that was a good performance. A clean sheet is very important, and obviously breaking any defence down when they sit back is not easy.
Well, of course, part of that clean sheet was the Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk, who is waiting to talk to us live now at Anfield. Good to see you, Virgil. Well done. Congratulations. Derby win. How significant does that feel?
Very. And yeah, obviously it was important to get the win. It was always going to be a difficult game against them. And it obviously showed, I think the first half we weren't at our best. Second half, I think we showed why we deserved the 3 points. Yeah, and a bit of a character test for you all tonight, which you've come through. I think, of course, it's a character test. You play the Merseyside Derby, and these games are special for both sides. And obviously, we've seen the games over the years how difficult it can be, and you saw it today as well, especially in the first half, where I think when we lost the ball a couple of times, and we were quite open, and we had to shore that up in the second half, and I think we did. And yeah, obviously, like I said, we will deserve 3 points based on the second half, especially.
Virgil, it's Michael Owen. Well played tonight on the clean sheet and the victory. I'm just thinking, in terms of the season so far, if you'd said at the start of the season you're going to win the Premier League, I'm sure everybody would have been over the moon. However, it was building into something really special. How hard was it, after a couple of big defeats in cup competitions, to sort of get your mind tuned back into the Premier League and to finish the season well?
So you're suggesting that this season is not going to be special anymore?
It will be, absolutely. Well, it will be special. But I thought it could have been building into something very special.
I think we have to change that narrative a little bit. I think we're fighting for the biggest prize of the season. We work so hard for it. That 20 teams are working so hard to try and be on top of the Premier League. And you have 8 games to go. We know what's at stake, and we have to go for it. We have to fight. We have to enjoy the whole ride. And then let's see. I think, like I said, it's still looking very special in my eyes. I think what you said at the start of the season, I think no one expected us to even try and fight for all 4 fronts at the start of the season. Obviously, we at the stage now where we're still fighting for the biggest, and that's the reality. So it's still a possibility that this season will be very, very special.
Virgil, you had 9 games to go after this international break. Did you feel this was the most important game to get back into winning ways quickly as possible?
Of course, like any game after disappointment, you want to obviously win. You want to show what we're all about, and obviously the final was very disappointing for many reasons. Then obviously everyone goes to their respective countries and play different football, different questions are asked from you, and you have to be ready when you come back. And I think we had a good couple of days training before this, and I think second half showed why we deserved today, I think, the 3 points in my opinion.
And you always have goals all round the team, but I know he's gone a few without one. But Diogo Jota is a scorer of big, significant goals for you, isn't he?
Yeah, listen, I think everyone has to try and contribute in goals, and obviously we all know that Jota can make a difference in that sense. Obviously he's a bit unlucky in some ways, but today obviously he's very important with that goal. I think he was very sharp in and around the box, and he was lively on the ball, and I think we already could have seen it in training, so maybe the international break helped him a little bit, and now for him it's just to crack on, keep going.
And that's finally what the team have to do. You need 13 points maximum to get your hands on that trophy. Just keep ticking them off, do you, like tonight?
Yeah, listen, like you said, we have 8, like I said, we have 8 more games. We have to recover now, and then we go to London on Saturday, and have to be ready for a difficult one at Fulham. I think we, over the last couple of years, we've never had an easy game there. So it won't be easy then again, but something we have to look forward to, and try to get one step closer to a special season.
Or very special, whichever way you want to describe it. Virgil, we love it. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you very much, guys. All the best.
All the best. Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk at Anfield. Special or very special? How are you describing it?
I stand by what I said. I mean, if you'd said at the start of the season that Liverpool are going to win the Premier League, it's a very, very top season. I mean, that's... And as Virgil said, not many fans, not many people give them the chance, really, especially changing their manager and after so long of Jurgen Klopp being there. However, it was building into something incredibly special. And I just wondered whether, you know, after a couple of weekends or a couple of weeks of disappointment, you know, how hard was it to refocus? But obviously he gave us the answer.
And believe me, when you stand next to Virgil van Dijk, you do not.
Well, that's why I asked him from this distance away. If I was stood by, I wouldn't have asked him.
Had we been Matchday Live on the road, I'm not so sure you would have been quite as right next to him. But anyway, I was talking to you about Jota there. I mean, I know he's gone 10 games in all competitions without a goal. He's had his injury problems, but you call him a killer in front of goal. You actually think he's Liverpool's most natural finisher at times, don't you? 4 moments like we saw tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he danced through the defence there, didn't he? One off his left foot, one off his right foot, and then Jordan Pickford almost went early. He didn't need to find a corner, but this is lovely. Takes one touch in his right, then when his left, and then it opens it all out. But it's, as I say, his balance, his touch, going through there, Leon, it was pretty special.
Yeah, I think Everton are unfortunate just in the sense that, you know, Tarkowski has to go for this ball. He thinks that Luis Diaz is there and the centre-halves are split, but that's the space that Diogo Jota takes advantage of. I mean, as you said, dances through there, lovely little bit of skill, the way he can dribble with both feet. And once it all opened up for him, I think we all just expected to see the ball into the back of the goal, didn't we? You say he's a natural finisher, and you know, he just waited for Jordan Pickford to go down, basically, and went the other way.
Yeah, I mean, just picking up on Leon's point there, Diaz does quite well, actually, not to make any move to the ball, because if he does, then he's offside, isn't he? But you just wonder, I suppose, whether Tarkowski wouldn't dive in like that if he wasn't in an offside position. So could you say he is affecting the play?
Yeah, well, you know, it's a grey area because Everton were defensively solid for the majority of this game. They didn't give too many major chances away that Jordan Pickford had to save. But in that one moment, they left themselves stretched and exposed because they had to defend a ball that, in hindsight, didn't need defending because Diaz is offside. So it's a frustrating one. By the letter of the law, it is a goal because, you know, Tarkowski went for it and had the opportunity to clear it. But I just wonder if he'd have realised that Diaz was offside, could he have just let that ball go through and suddenly they're not exposed? However, from that moment, Diogo Jota took complete advantage of it, finished it brilliantly. And I did think that Liverpool probably deserved to win the game because I didn't think Everton were ruthless enough when their chances came.
Well, not to get tempted to. He knows he's offside. I think he knows he's offside. Otherwise, he would definitely go for it. But Gravenberch plays him the ball. There's nobody else anywhere near. So, I mean, in terms of the pass, Gravenberch is very deliberate in where he's going to pass it to. It's not like anyone can say, oh, no, he was going there or there. It was going to Diaz. And Tarkowski's obviously had to intercept it. I mean, as a defender, that's just a natural instinct to dive and to nip in front of him.
And as he says, he has to lunge forward because he he has to think that Diaz is onside and he has to beat him to the ball. He can't just wait and see. He has to step out front, which makes it, he can't clear it in a manner that he would just be able to hoof it up the pitch. He's had to nip in front, and in doing so, he's not been able to make the clearance that he would desire. But you're right, it's really from the Liverpool striker.
I really feel sorry for Tarkowski there, and Everton in many ways, because you know there is very little that they can do in that situation. You can't say to Tarkowski, "Oh no, don't get it." You know, that's just instinct to try to stop it going. So they've done everything right. They've pushed up. They've got a high line. They've got somebody offside. The ball's gone to that guy, and they've managed to block it. So they've absolutely done nothing wrong at all. Yet the rules of the game suggest that it's correct to give the goal. So it's a harsh one, and one that they'll be licking the wounds over, I think.